Hey guys, Hilux canopy builds for hunting and fishing on a budget style. Obviously, many videos haven't been done over the last couple of months due to the COVID and part supplies, and I had some stuff on order and trying to put as much work in as I can before obviously everything gets shut down. So yeah, got a few weeks off now, just on standby, same as everyone else in Vic. Obviously doing it tough. So putting some time into the ute. Anyway, just show you where I'm at. I've done a fair bit of just budget type stuff, just small stuff, nothing that you really need to see in terms of the installation process or whatnot. So yeah, let's swing around and show you what's going on. So we've basically put a half rack aluminium style, 3/4 rack across the bar here. Basically, this is just so I can put some things on there in terms of like a swag, or just give me some extra storage capabilities. Obviously, we've got the primary carriage rack up the top there, but that's obviously got some lights and it's going to have an awning and a few other bits and pieces attached to it. So that's not going to be, a great. It's going to get filled up pretty quick. So just this one here. This was just a 165 aluminium cheapie off eBay. I actually modified it. So I actually chopped off. It came with some side sections here that rolled up. So I actually chopped them off, and as you can see, we'll come up here. Sun might be a bit bright. Yeah, as you can see, just here, it had some sections that came up over like that. I just cut them off also. A little bit rough, but I'll clean them up later. Then we came across here, and we've got, I'm actually working on the electronic junction box there as well for the 12 volt and whatnot. So we got, this doesn't have a long range fuel tank. I'm trying to find one, haven't been able to find one yet. Really frustrating. Nobody seems to know if a diesel or if a 97 to 2002 model Hilux is going to be able to do it, or a Surf or any of that sort of stuff. So any of you viewers, if you do know, drop me a line or a PM and just let me know that what's capable and what's not. We're just not having any luck finding anything. So, but anyway, back onto it. And it's it's $1,800 for a long Ranger or a Poly or something like that. So I'd rather spend the money on something else. 2 jerry can holders, they cost me $80 each. And then the jerry cans just from Bunnings or anywhere else, which you can get for really cheap as well. So onto the 12 volt. So the 12 volt here. So I've just put in a board. It's just got the auxiliary switches, some USBs, 2 of. That was going to be a voltmeter, but I don't have that at the moment. So I may do that, or I may put some USBs in there, I don't know. I am converting a lot of my hunting lights and fishing lights and other bits and pieces towards cigarette lighters and an inverter, maybe just one inverter, and then the solar and whatnot. So anyway, that's still in progress, but I've got all these switches here, which gives me the ability to put stuff on. Then I've also got here just a standard fuse board, mixed 12-way. Basically, negative goes into this terminal, positive goes into this terminal, and then that basically gives me positive all the way up. And then you've got this little board here which goes on it, and then visually you can see the 2 red dots coming down close up. So the 2 red dots just here, they will indicate that the fuse is working or blown, and then that way it's just an easy fault finding for that. Obviously the negative terminal goes into here, so all the negatives can run back to here if and when I need to run them for other accessories. So I'll just open that up. These are just in there temporary. These will be chopped off and put on some nylocks, some bolts and nylocks, and these will be cleaned up with some rubber grommets and O-rings and whatnot. So yeah, anyway, that's the fuse box. It's going to also have a voltmeter up here with a reader on it. Basically just tells me the draw and the battery life, and also might just have a couple of other things down here. Just, yeah, haven't worked it out yet. That was a first aid box from Bunnings, $39.95 for the smaller one. It fits in where I need it to, so yeah, that was really good for that one. Just coming across here. Sorry about the sun, guys. I'm trying to get you out of as much as I can. So yeah, here's my battery here. This is the Eclipse. This is from Aussie Batteries. To be honest with you, I wasn't really impressed with them. It took them over 2 months to get it to me. Part of it wasn't their fault because they had sent it by a courier and the courier had put it somewhere and nobody knew where it was and all the other bits and pieces. So then they sent me out another one. Then they called me and said, hey, apparently we've delivered both of them to your address. And I was like, mate, I haven't got one, let alone two yet. And I had to follow them up with a number of calls. So might just been a bad experience for me, but you know, as I always try to be as upfront and honest as I can. I'm not saying they're a shit company. I've only just started testing this battery now as it is. It's a deep cycle AGM. It is 130 amp hour, and yeah, so it's the first one I've used in this application from these guys. So it does have, as you can see here, it's a little button here. You push that, and then it gives you a readout. So at the moment, it's just running off the direct alternator second battery or main battery, running down here under the chassis through some water nipples. And guys, I'll try and get that sun out of your face. There it is. So just through the nipple there. I really didn't want to penetrate the toolbox, but in the end, the application I'm going to use it for, and if I silicone it up and seal it up properly, it's going to be fine. So yeah, so this is the power that goes up to the junction box, and this is going to be obviously the earth or negative. That's going to come up to the junction box. Let me just grab the junction box and show you what I mean. So I'll just come over here. Oops, about to drop that. Doesn't matter. Hang on. Sorry guys, just give me, make you feel all sick there for a second. So yeah, so that's basically how it's going to sit, just there. And then yeah, obviously the batteries down there is going to go straight up underneath. And then yeah, it's going to give me enough room to be able to do what I need to do. So that's the junction box. I'll take you over the other side. So the other side is basically just got I am eventually going to do away with these sides. I just think they're a bit of a pain and they're not really needed for me. But they are sort of good at the moment for while I'm doing what I'm doing, which is working at the moment until I can get out and do the fishing and the hunting thing full time. So yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, the side compartment there, the side of the aluminium is just almost right up to the edge. I didn't really want it up to the edge because there's a lip there, and that lip will mean that just these special locks. That lip means that it's it'll sort of sit on an angle, and I didn't want to have to pack it out, because if I had to pack it out, then obviously it would be a, you know, higher, and I'd be changing things, and it'd be a rocking point, and yeah, anyway. So, all right, excuse the mess. I was working, but as I said, I'm at home now. So obviously just did the drawers. The screw here, this is just there temporarily until I get some nice little handles, a nice little knob or something. This is just some offcuts, so it was basically just some floating floor that was on one of the job sites I was on. They threw it out in the scrap bin, and I just sort of said, hey, do you mind if I pinch that? And they said, no, do what you want, it's in the bin, it's in the bin. So thanks for that, boys. Yeah, so basically just slide out, and then some more power tools there, don't worry about that crap. So that's going to be obviously cooking, so I might have some pots and pans and some other various bits and pieces. It's just got some standard sliders on it for now. I'm just going to test them out. They were just what I had lying around from a DIY home job. I think they should be fine because it's obviously low down. It's very low down to the floor. But yeah, if it ends up causing me some grief, I'll just take them, swap them out. The distance between the panel, and the wall is enough to put in some of those proper drawer sliders if I need to. Pushing one finger, one hand, she slides back okay, and she stops, so she's got a stopper on it. It's roughly about 450, 500 deep by 600 wide. That's approximate. I'll give you the exact measurements if you want them. And just some of the old style of rabbit or pet hutch locks just locked in there, so they just and that, yeah, just stops that from coming out. A little bit of movement, but I don't think it's going to be enough to cause any problems. I don't really go flying around everywhere. We'll be testing on some corrugations later on and some off-road stuff. So, and then up here, we've obviously got some more builds to do once all these tools and stuff come out. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. Obviously, as I've said, there's more work to do. There's more work to go. Just trying to get as much of it done as I can at the moment. Still trying to get away with using budget equipment. I've got all the wiring accessories, and I'll just put it this way so you can see me. Yeah, just got all the wiring accessories and 12 volt stuff to do. I've got some spiral to cover the wiring. Got some more nipples. I have looked at a 100 watt solar panel with a MPPT. Is that right? PMMT? I think it's MMPT solar charger. So I can run that as well. So that's also going to go up on that cargo carrier, just so I can get a secondary charging. And everything I'm doing, I'm either running fuses or breakers, just because I don't know enough about it yet. So I just want to have some redundancies in case I do make some mistakes, which is probably going to happen. And once those problems occur, then obviously that's going to mean that I'm not going to set fire to everything or blow the car up, so which I don't really want to do. Anyway, I'll keep going with it and I'll keep updating. I'm hoping to get some more videos out. There's some exciting stuff coming up in the next few months once COVID, restrictions go away and we start getting a bit more free range. A couple of exciting contracts that might be coming up, and a couple of exciting locations to go to as well. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks very much. If I haven't mentioned it by now, there's subscribe, send it off. There's Instagram as well, same spelling, the_hunters_tail, and there's just some pictures and other stuff on there as well. So anyway, guys, stay safe out there. Keep your sanity. I know it's hard, especially parents at home with kids who have probably had enough by now, but yeah, do what you can, and hopefully we'll get out soon. All right, cheers, guys.